Hi everybody. Today it's Friday, right about lunchtime on the 22nd of April. We are videoing our next episode of Behind the Green Curtain at Venetian Isles, so you can see what's going on with all the various projects that you hear lots about, but you don't get to see much of because everything is behind the green construction fence. While we're out here, right now we're standing so you get your bearings right by the front doors to the old lobby. I wanted to stop here to point out to my right and in the front here, we are working on rehabilitating the old fountain. I know some people have asked about whether or not we're going to redo the fountain and everything to keep it with the building. Yes, naturally, everything when it's done is going to be cohesive. So you see it's drained. They've started sandblasting it. All the tiles and everything are going to be changed. There's new lighting going in and all that stuff. Also, if you look in the far distance over there at that structure that used to be an awning for the tennis courts, we've started with that one. You can see this one is not quite as far along. We've started taking down the awnings, repairing the metal, priming them and everything. Obviously, all that terracotta color has to change. So the new color scheme is going to be here before the building opens. So we're working on getting most of that stuff done in-house with the people that work already for Venetian Isles to minimize the amount of expense. But all those little details are starting to come together so that the entire place is beautiful when you are ready for us to open. Let's take a walk inside so you can see what progress has happened. What you will notice is that every day the changes are, they may not be a lot, but they're all significant in terms of letting you see how elegant the place actually is going to be compared to what it was originally. So let's go on inside. All right. So here we are in the lobby. The last time we took a video, this scaffolding was not here. This scaffolding went up day before yesterday. This is actually the faux finisher is here working on the elevator shaft. The entire elevator shaft, with the exception of this middle part, is being done in faux marble. It's a lot more cost effective than us actually putting Carrara marble on it to make it look great. We were going to use polished porcelain product that would have been beautiful, but the weight of that really could not be held by the second floor the way it was engineered. So we have hired a professional to come faux finish all of that in marble so that when it's done it ties in with the front desk and all the marble flooring that's in here. It's going to be fantastic. We have seen samples of it. I'm not sure if the last time you were here the light fixtures were up, the accent lights, but those are up. Let's take a walk down this hallway towards the restaurant, grill, snack bar, whatever we're calling it this week. The big change down this corridor in the last week is all the wallpaper is up. They're doing the trim painting, and you can see all neutral tones, very nice silk wallpaper. It's got a texture to it. It looks much nicer than paint. It's got great wearability, and it's all being put in properly. You can't find a seam if you tried. The changes in this space, you can't quite get a feeling for what this is like because the floor is covered for it to be protected. It's a gray porcelain that looks like marble floor. The accents are all black. This is not paint. Again, this is a beautiful textured wallpaper in white, and these black areas are also a contrasting black wallpaper. There are wall sconces that go on the walls. The ceiling, again, now you understand why the ceiling is black. It is all acoustic tile in there and acoustics back in the restaurant area to mitigate the sound, because you can imagine in this space with all the hard surfaces that are going to be in here with pots and pans and dishes and people talking, we needed something to attenuate the sound so you can have a conversation when you are eating at the tables here in the restaurant area. The furniture is ordered. It is scheduled to be delivered on time. This stuff is all coming from Italy, and amazingly, so far there are no delays with it. It's absolutely gorgeous. Let's walk closer to the kitchen area. So this started to be installed. This is only part of the finished product. This is a built-in unit. When it's done, the bottom is all metal black cabinets that are lockable for storage, for plates and dishes and glasses and all that type of thing. If you can imagine, if you look at the renderings that were in the magazine or any of the things that we've sent out to the community, there is, for lack of a better word, a bookcase that covers up this whole area. It's made of black metal and it has glass on it so that, again, the heat, the grease, the noise stays on that side, but you can still see the actual action going on of the cooking. Everything is fresh. It's not prepackaged. We're not running a Panera. It's all fresh food cooked to order. The waiters and waitresses or service people on this side can get all the things they need, like napkins, forks, and silverware. On the other side, the chefs are going to be able to get dishes and plates. You're going to be able to see, for example, at breakfast time, you'll be able to look at the selection of all the different muffins and baked goods and things like that, the bottles of wine. It's very upscale and very interactive, and all the details have been planned out. This area over here is a service area. This, more likely than not, is going to be replaced by one of those curved glass Italian gelato cases, so that you'll be able to get gelato and things of that nature and desserts. You'll be able to pass things over here as you order. There is a takeout window there if people want to come up and get stuff from outside. Come over here so they can see the finishes, because really all the devil's in the details. If you're standing here, to give you an idea of why things take so long and how much goes into this. If you're standing here as a customer, notice that this wall is placed in a certain way, so there's no way you can see the mess of the French fries and all of that. If you're at this window, you can't see it. This is all white subway tile, so it can be kept impeccably clean, and you always have a very nice experience where everything is clean and hygienic and fresh. So this area will be dispensing sodas and coffee. There's hand washing station there. Behind this is the cold area that will make salads and smoothies and fresh squeezed juice and things like that. The hot food and pizza and all of that type of thing will come from over here and be passed through here. So you'll have chefs here, service people here, additional service people in the back. So it all flows like any professional place, so we can get quality food products out to everybody in a quick manner. While we're on that topic, I don't think I've discussed it before, but our goal, whether it will happen on the first day we open or not, but that is our goal, is to have it so that instead of you having to come from your chair by the pool and stand by the window, you're going to be able to order whatever you want on your cell phone. For the people that have smartphones, you're literally going to be able to type in, pull up the menu. You'll be able to get a drink from the bar upstairs, a sandwich or whatever you want from here, and they will all be delivered to you to your chair. We have a way for that to work so that you seamlessly will be taken care of without having to stand on a line or pick up your pocketbook or do all that type of stuff. So the takeout window, don't let it fool you. It's not McDonald's. It's there merely for convenience, more for the convenience of the runners to run the food than for you to be standing online when it's hot waiting to order, a smoothie, and then someone else in your party wants a cocktail. So what are you going to do, run upstairs and get it? No. We've got that all worked out. That you'll see in future time. We want to give you some of the ideas of the details and why this is not a 5-minute project. Let's take a look out from the window here. Are you able to see through the glass, or is there too much glare? All right, so what you can see is this part of the covered veranda is doubled in size. So now you're going to have tables and chairs all in here for eating, for dining. So you'll be able to be under the conduit shade if you want, or you'll be able to be in the sun if you want. And all of this does not interfere with the swimming pool. There's lounges for the swimming pool and everything are on the other side of a landscape barrier. So you're going to have your own area where if there is noise or you want to have conversations eating, it's not impeding the relaxation of the people by the pool. While we're on the topic of the pool, this pool is not nearly done, but if you zoom in, you can see the beautiful new tile and color scheme for the pool. It's a multicolored glass mosaic tile where you used to have that green. And the problem with the old green was the green made the water look like algae all the time. I mean, green water is not appetizing. The new Diamond Bright that's coming is not all bright white. It's bright with its white, but it has blue in it. So all the water back here is going to look like Caribbean blue rather than the old green that we used to have. It's much more uplifting. It feels cleaner, more energetic, and it ties with the beautiful silver, gray taupe that we have going on with the accent color being a rich, rich blue. These canopies, obviously, they're not going to stay that color. They are going to be changed to match the color scheme of everything else. Let's continue on. I don't think there's much to talk about in the billiard room because we're using that to store the light fixtures right now. I don't know how fast you can walk, but we're probably going to walk all the way to the other side of the building. There are some changes in this area, just putting finishing touches in the bathrooms, our offices, the billiard rooms down there. The big change this week on this side of the building is the wallpaper. All right. Seems nice and quiet here. That's why we're doing it at lunch hour, because everybody's outside eating their lunch. Okay, as we walk through the west corridor, you see the wallpaper has gone up on this side and some of the built-ins have started to come in. You can see people are working here in the library rather than going into all the noise. Can you get a clear picture of what that's like? You want me to open the door for a sec? Just open it for a sec. So you can come in and get an idea. The library is completely different than it used to be. You have all built-in floor-to-ceiling bookshelves. They are all backlit so you can see the books. There's cabinetry for storage. There's a beautiful fireplace going in with a mirror. And then you have a big coffee table and 4 club chairs. So it really is an inviting place for you to come and curl up with a book. Once the final wallpaper and the fireplace and the chandelier are in, it's really going to be something different than what you had in the past. Now we're going into the poker room. Oh, some more of the built-ins are here. Okay. So here we are in the poker room. The partition wall is not up. You can see the card room. So that side is the card room. This side is the poker room. Plenty of space. We have 24 card tables that will be permanently in there. And you have, do we have 9 or we have 12 poker tables? 12 poker tables that stay in here all the time as a dedicated poker room. The nice thing that won't be apparent to everybody right away is if you used to spend a lot of time here, you knew anytime we had a function or a card party or something, we'd have to send out an email saying, oh, no poker today, no cards today because there's some function going on. We'd literally have to pick up the furniture multiple times a day and move it around the building to set tables and chairs for different types of events. The nice thing is with these poker tables, we've had them made so that they can stay exactly where they are and the tops flip over and become beautiful dining tables that naturally will put pads and things on. But if we wanted to, for example, put this partition wall up, if I have a dozen tables of 8 in here, we could have a banquet in here for 80 some odd people and have the poker players then set up in the ballroom, because you're not always going to want to use the ballroom, which holds 320 for dinner or 420 for theater, for a party of 80. So the building has a lot of functionality and versatility built into it that would not be obvious to the average user. Let's turn around. You can take a picture of one of the wall sconces. You get an idea. This is the color scheme. You've got a taupey gray on the bottom. That's wallpaper. The middle is a lighter color wallpaper. The light fixtures, your wall sconces, And again, all the crown molding, the tile inconspicuously put in for sound attenuation between the ceiling and the carpet on the floor. So when there's stuff going on in this room, you don't hear it in that room, and vice versa. So a lot of details paid. You can see the color scheme is very neutral, but it is very elegant and upscale. And it certainly does not look like those Home Depot chandeliers you guys had in the past. This is, you can all be very proud to bring anyone from any other country club or homeowners association here and show this place off, and I really do hope you do. While we're over here, let's walk out here and look at this pool, because this pool is a little bit further. Take care while you walk over this. Go ahead of me. Go ahead of me. It's okay. You want me to go first? Okay. Just watch this beam. All right. So I want to give you an idea of what the other pool looks like while they've taken a break from working. Can you capture the gutters and how it has the royal blue tile? So you have the royal blue tile, and then you have the glass tile behind it. The royal blue tile is there because if somebody puts their hand on that area to either raise themselves out of the pool or to, just kick an exercise, we really didn't want them putting their hand on glass tile because the edges of the glass tile could be sharp. So what you have is you have that dark blue, you have the glass tile behind it, and actually when the pool is full, you're not going to see the blue tile anymore because it's under the water. So you're going to have this beautiful multicolored glass effect with beautiful blue Caribbean water. And they actually are supposed to start doing the Diamond Bright this weekend, but since there's a 40% chance of rain, they will do it later this week. They're going to continue to work on the other pool. But we still are on target to get you this sometime in July. Again, hoping for July 4th. My gut's telling me it's probably going to be the 15th, but either way, it's soon. It's the best news we've had in a long time. Let's continue out to the bathroom so people can see what happened in there. You get a better idea when you see all of those light fixtures up of how elegant it looks. It literally looks like you're in a hotel lobby someplace, not a clubhouse to a community. Okay, we'll just take a brief look over here. They're working today on the built-in cases. If you've noticed, the entire hallway system looks much wider and brighter than it used to be. Well, the ceilings are higher, but it is somewhat wider because your old walls used to be about here, and then we had all those display cases and furniture and things lining the sides. What we did is we've indented all the cases. They're built in. And all of these shelves, the bottom is cabinet doors like you saw down the hall. This is all glass doors with wood frames, and each shelf is backlit. So now when you're putting in your arts and crafts or our trophies or things like that, it gives a much different feel to it. It ties in, it doesn't look like an afterthought. But besides that, with that all being backlit, it makes the entire place expand sideways and makes the hallways look very, very bright and wide and inviting and open instead of walking down a dark corridor with dark colors. Let's go into the ladies' room. You have all the automation for the restrooms, so you swipe your hand and the door opens. You don't have to touch anything. There's all beautiful wallpaper in here as well. Take a look down the hallway and you can see the finishes. Every kind of detail you can imagine was paid attention to. All the woods and all the stains match. Even when you come down to the stalls inside, you have tall partitions. They're not metal. They're laminate. The very bottom is left open, and you would say, well, why did we do that? We did that because, God forbid, a toilet overflows or we need to mop the floor. You don't want to have those terrible mop marks all around the corner, and you don't want to have water accumulating. So everything is designed so it all drains to one central location and can be kept clean without the mop marks. Same thing when you look at the detail here. We ran the floor tile up with a Schluter on top of it and then started the wallpaper. This way all the dampness stays down here and anything that's there that has to be mopped up doesn't interfere with the walls. You have hands-free operation of these sinks. The sensors are covered right now. You swipe your hand, you don't touch anything. You'll have the automated soap dispensers, don't have to touch anything. And you have hand dryers everywhere, so you don't have to deal with the garbage of paper towels and things like that. The light fixtures are in, so you can see everything is very classic, neutral tones, modern, but not too modern. It's all very sophisticated and understated, which is what our goal was in making the whole place. On to the social hall. Oh, over here, these are not installed yet, but these are the water fountains for both handicapped and regular folks. Notice we took them out of the hallway, so you're not bumping into them and you don't see them in your line of sight. They're here, so people are not in your way. They have filtered water, it's not tap water, and they have bottle fillers. So for those people that want to refill their bottled water, they can refill a bottle rather than just taking a drink. This is the entry from outside the building to come in if you're coming to an event or if you want to come play cards without going past the front desk. The first thing you will notice is this built-in. This built-in, in this section here, there are rows of mailboxes. The mailboxes will be keyed and they are designed so that every club we have, if they need things printed, if they need to collect dues, they need correspondence from people, something from the office, they don't have to worry about the office being open or whatever. They can just come in, use their key for their mailbox, and get whatever they need 24/7. Down this hallway, it looks kind of bland right now, but the reason for that is we have large video monitors coming. If you've ever been to Broadway, when you walk in, there are marquees as you walk along saying, oh, Fiddler on the Roof and Man of La Mancha. So we have 3 of those coming here. So rather than the old system where you had the pieces of paper in the slats with the wood boxes or the lucite boxes, now all of those messages and things like that will be on big billboards that change every couple of minutes. Again, uplifting, light and bright, not a lot of clutter. If we go towards the social hall, this built-in is finally finished. It's covered now to protect the surface from all the construction people are here. This is for place cards when you have table assignments, when you're having a function or a floral arrangement, or it's a versatile place for people to put things based on whatever type of function we're having in the social hall. Not sure the last time we were in here, but you can see they have started to paint all of the trim. They do that before we put on the wallpaper. It's going to be the same two-tone color scheme that you saw in the card in the poker room. So it's taupe and a very light gray, very neutral. The chandeliers that are in here are massive art pieces. They're actually very beautiful without being tacky. They're modern. They're not, drop leaf crystal and all of that. That's very 1980s. They are much more modern. Hopefully the next time we do a video you'll get to see them, because I think we're starting to hang them Tuesday. And they're in groups of 3 in the 4 quadrants, so they're out of everybody's line of sight. What else can we see that was done in here? We can take a walk into the kitchen, but I guess before that, they're up there working, putting the wood stage on. And then you see that front panel. That's what the front of the stage is going to look like. You can't tell at front glance, but that's all been engineered so that it can be lifted off. It's on a cleat so that we can store things underneath it. It's also made out of wood, the same as the stage. So when you walk in the room, you're just going to see a beautiful stage that is stained like the rest of the place. It's not even going to occur to you that all of that stuff is going on there, but it's all built into it, and it's going to look beautiful when it's done. You can see the rods up there. The tracks are up for all the theatrical curtains. I think that might have been here the last time. The service bar is coming along. This is the template for the countertop, which is supposed to come in a few days. The sound room and the IT room is up there. We don't really need to take a tour of that. And let's see if we can go in here. The doors are in for this catering kitchen. And this might have been done the last time we were here too. I'm not 100% sure. but you can see there's FRP on all the walls, so everything stays nice and clean. It can all be hosed down and cleaned. Same with the floors. There's drains and grease traps and everywhere, so it all can be cleaned. And the flow of traffic for the servers is designed so that they can come in this way and go that way, so people aren't bumping into each other. It's also, all the doors are recessed so they don't interfere for light and sound while you're having an event, so you don't hear what's going on in here. There's a big ice making factory, for lack of a better word here. It's multiple units stacked to produce the capacity of ice that we need to fill all these different food venues. There's a built-in floor drain, so if the ice falls on the floor, the water all melts into the drain, so waiters and waitresses do not slip and fall on the floor. You have a full dishwashing area for real plates and dishes, no more paper plates. You have a cold production area, a hot production area, and a hot service area. So things can get in and out of here very quickly because there's no two-way traffic. So again, a lot of details, a lot of attention paid to the details. What else do we want to look at? Oh, you need to shut off for 2 minutes and we'll take them upstairs. All right, I'm a little out of breath because the elevator doesn't work yet, so we had to walk up the emergency staircase. You can see the scaffolding here, faux finish going on. The bar outline is there. We're not installing any of this till that's finished for obvious reasons, but the big change is on this deck this week. You can see the railings have started to go in. So you can see very clean lines, very contemporary, and we're putting glass railings up here so that you don't lose, when you're sitting in the couches and things like that, you don't lose the view of the beautiful lake and the fountains. Once the roof comes for this, we've explained in the past, it's really a pergola. It opens and closes with the rain and the sun and all that kind of stuff, so this area can be used regardless of the rain or the wind. There are big screen TVs. There's a sound system out here. There are fiber optics in every one of these poles, and they're connected to our main system. So we can have a DJ, we can have a piano player on 4th of July and Labor Day. We can have the DJ up here and the dancing downstairs. This is all going to be set up with couches and furniture like a lounge, and then occasional high tops for pub type seating and tables for sitting and chatting or having a meal or something like that. To give you an idea of the scope, you can probably fit between inside upstairs and out here, you can fit in excess of say 120 people. You probably get about 75, 80 out here and about 50 in there. So again, beautiful place to have an event or to have a cocktail hour before you go to an event, or just to come and enjoy the breeze and watch the beautiful sunset over this lake over here that really has been completely underutilized for 20 years, and this lake here. Now everybody can enjoy the lakes whether you live on a lake or not. So this is really coming along. I just wanted to show you that the railing has come. The pergola, which is basically the roof, that may not be here before we get to open the building, but it is coming eventually. We found out within the last week what the holdup is the county is insisting that we put a fire sprinkler system out here even though it's outside. So we're working through those details. We're going to get you what we know you all want. You should all be really excited. We have a lot of events coming up this weekend. I know Sunday Brown is having an Italian singer with the Italian Club tomorrow. Is it Hadassah or Pap? Hadassah is having something on Sunday. And then Mo and the Brooklyn Club is the following Sunday doing bingo. So we are trying to get the activities up and running again. Hopefully we'll have the pool for you soon. Just want to let you know it's worth all the wait. This is all everybody is talking about in town. You can be really proud to say you live at Venetian Isles. I'll talk to you all soon.